Today's problem is LeetCode number 54, spiral matrix. Given an m into n matrix, that is a 2D matrix, we have to return all the elements of the matrix in spiral order. Spiral order means we will start from the top left corner and move towards the right, and then come downwards and go to left again and then go up, and thus we will continue till all the elements are visited. Okay, the values could be -100, 200, and m and n is at most 10. That means row and column would be at most 10. Now, how do we solve this problem? So we are given a matrix. We have to traverse it as a spiral matrix. So we will start from the top left corner and move towards right. Then we'll go down, and then from there we'll go left and go up, and then again right, and this will continue. So we will have 4 directions that are left, right, up, and down. Here we have put the indexes in the blue color out of this border of matrix. This is the column numbers and these are the row numbers. This will be helpful for our solution. Now we'll start from the top left corner. We need to initialize the direction indexes. So the left value will be 0. The up value is also 0 here. Now the rightmost, this is the rightmost index, that is 3. So there are 4 columns, so this will be column -1, that is 3. And this is the down value, this will be the down value 2. Now we'll start from the first index, the top left corner. So for the first traversal, the indexes would be 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, and 0, 3. So from these indexes we can say that we have to traverse a loop. This is a left to right traversal. We have to traverse a loop using 2 indexes. So the 2 indexes would be, of course, the column number. You can see 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the column numbers. So this would be the second index. Always remember, the row number is the first index and column number is the second index. Now what will be the first index? The first index will be the up value, that is 0. I put U here for up. So we will traverse from left to right using this column value, and then this will be the constant, that is the up direction. We will traverse now to downwards. This index is 1, 3, and the next one is 2, 3. You can see already this 3 is the right. So we are going downwards. So this will be another loop which will give us to from the upwards direction to the downward direction. So the indexes will be, the second index is pretty clear. This is constant, this is R, that is the right, which we use for right directions. And what will be the first one? Okay, these are the row numbers, see, 1 and 2. So the first index will be row. Now we have come till 1 2 3 4 8 12. See, from the output you can see it. Now we will start from 11 to 9, that is, we'll go left. Now what is the index here? This will be 2 2, then 2 1, and this will be 2 0. Now it is right to left. Now you can see this is constant, the first index. So, and we already know that this is the down direction, so we'll use D. And then what is this value? 2 1 0. These are the column numbers, see, 2 1 0. But this time we'll do it in decremental order. Now we have already traversed till this one, so we have 5 left. This is, now we are going to go from downwards to upwards. So the indexes would be 1 0. If there are no indexes upwards there, if we would have gone to the upward direction, we would have also used 0 0. I'm just showing this just to show you which index is dynamic and which one is static. So you could see this one is the first one is the dynamic and the second one is the static value. Now where we are going, we will be using another loop for traversal, and the indexes we need to put in the answer vector or array. The first index would be row number, you could see the row numbers, so this would be the row number. Now what is the static value? The static value is the left. You could see here that we are going through from down to upwards. This one is left, for right to left this one is down, from up to down this one is right, and from left to right this one is upwards. So now we have to update our directions. We have traversed one spiral, so now we will start from another spiral. So you can see this is the next value, that is 1 1. So we need to update our directions. So what will be the directions we have? The L, that will be starting now from 1. Now the up, that means this value is starting from 1. Now the right value, we already had it at 3, but we cannot traverse this column, so we will come to this column, that is 2, and the down, this is the down index, so this will also go up, and that will be 1. So we'll update it as the left one will be plus plus, the right one will be minus minus, the up direction will be plus plus, and the down direction would be minus minus. Now we are going to code the solution. An input example is given on the upper side of the code to understand the code better. Firstly, we will need an array, a vector for the result. Now we will calculate the number of rows in the matrix, that is by matrix.size. We will get it by matrix.size. Now we have to know the number of columns, and this is pretty standard procedure. We have to get it by matrix 0.size, so that will give us the number of columns in the 2D grid that is given. Now we will need to have the directions. So there are 4 directions: up, down, left and right. So we will initialize these 4 variables. This will help us calculate the position of the input matrix. Now we will have to traverse the input matrix, and we will continue until the result array contains all the elements of the 2D grid. So that will be our loop breaking condition. So that will be result.size. So the vector of result should be smaller than rows and columns multiplied. That means all the elements of the 2D grid. Now we'll traverse from left to right. From the example given in the upper side of the code, you can think of it like we have to traverse 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll traverse the array through the columns. Now this is just a comment so that you can remember what we are coding. So we'll push back the data from the 2D matrix and to the result vector. So it will be, the first index will be the up direction, and the second index will be the column index that is given here. So this will give us, for the first traverse, will give us 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll traverse downwards. So we have already traversed 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go the downwards spiral. Now we'll get 8, 12, 16. So we'll push the values from 2D matrix again. Now this is the important part. We have to know which indexes are going to be used. The first index will be the row number, the row indexes, and the second index will be the right side of the direction. Now we will traverse 8, 12 and 16. We don't need to put them in the code. I just gave it so that you can understand it a bit better. So we have gone to from left to right and now downwards. We'll just remove this data. Now we have to traverse from the right to left. So that means we have to move from column, each column from the last right one we already traversed, so that will be right -1, so that we does not traverse the same value again. And for this one we'll again push back into the result, just putting a comment. These comments are important so that you don't lose track of the algorithm, otherwise it's sometimes a bit tough to debug the code. So that's why these comments are important. It will keep us on the track. Now the column number, see the traverse index, that will be the column number, and we will push back on the first index, that will be the down index. Now here is one thing we should remember, that is we have to make sure that these rows are different, especially in case of there is only one row in the grid. In that case this will be helpful. Now we have to traverse the last part, that is traverse upwards. That is, we will traverse from the input, sample input, we will now traverse 9 and 5. So here again it will be, of course, row down -1, that will be the initializer, and we will again put it in the result vector. In this case also we have to keep it in mind that the left and right columns are not same, especially in case of one column in the 2D array. So we'll give another condition here, that is the left should not be equals to right. That means there is more than one column that is remaining. In case of single column that is remaining, in that case this will be pretty important, otherwise we will get wrong answer. Now we will update the directions. So our left will be ++ and the right will be -. The same will be with up and down. The up direction will be ++ and the down will be -. You can check it from the previous part of the video where the explanations were given. Okay, we'll run the code and check. Oh, there is a compile error. I think we have not returned the value. Yeah, we haven't returned the result. That is the error. So we'll return the result now. Now I think it's okay. Yeah, submission, it shows accepted. This is the space complexity. We haven't used extra space. It's just the result vector is actually the output, so that is order of 1 in case of space complexity, and the time complexity is order of m into n, that is the row and column. If you like the content, please share and subscribe the channel Design Your Thought.